Welcome back to Viva Houston. The stakes are high in this year's midterm elections, but getting Texans registered to vote remains a challenge at times. Hispanics have voted in record numbers in recent years, but their turnout rate still lags behind white and African Americans, according to Pew Research Center analysis. So joining us now with details on efforts to boost local voter registration is Harris County Tax Assessor-Collector Mike Sullivan. Mike, thanks for coming on.
Well, great to be on Viva Houston.
Okay, we know there's been a big push that has kind of come to an end here. We have elections coming up as well, and we know the push has been out for you guys. Voter Hispanic registration has improved over the years. What do you think it stands at right now?
It has. We have some numbers hot off the press. And their population in Harris County is a little over 4 million, 4.2 million residents. 2,050,000 registered voters in the county, which is up from last year, of course, and 401,000 of those have Hispanic surnames. So approximately 20% of our registered voters in Harris County have a Spanish surname.
And we know it's been time to get them registered, and of course, getting them at the polls is even another story right there. How does that 401,000 now compare to maybe in years past? What kind of jump have we taken here?
It's been a significant one. It's 75,000 more voters than last year. So just in the last 12 months, we have 75,000 more Spanish surname registered voters.
When you guys are out there doing your outreach, and you're obviously talking to some Hispanics and getting them registered, but they hadn't done it in years prior, able to find out at all what was making them just kind of sit back on the fringe there and not register to vote?
Well, I don't. Let me tell you how we've reached out. First of all, my office has conducted over 50 outreach voter registration efforts so far this year, organized groups. And the group that really has stepped up is Neighborhood Centers. The Neighborhood Centers has dozens of locations throughout Harris County serving lower income social services, if you will, to the community. And part of that is letting eligible voters know that they can, eligible to register, let them know that they can register to vote and be a part of the process. And that's been a real boon for us.
So when you're hitting the neighborhood centers, areas that people are using right there in the neighborhood, you think it's easier to get their ear on this issue and maybe get into them and understand why they want to register, maybe versus not registering?
Well, they come into neighborhood centers, for instance, and some of the other organizations as well for particular reasons. Maybe it's child care, maybe it's English second language, maybe it's recreation, social services, whatever the case may be. But if they cannot connect with an organization that can educate them about how to register to vote and that they can register to vote, there's no way for them to know. So it's a great effort working hand in hand with different organizations throughout Harris County. We take great pride in doing that.
All right, we obviously have the midterm elections coming up, as we were just kind of noting at the top of this segment. Now, the stakes could be high for some of these midterm elections. Do you think Hispanic vote's going to play a fact either way into making or breaking some of these campaigns?
Well, they really could. The old adage that every vote counts is truer now than ever before. I ran for election to this office a year and a half ago, and I won by only 2,337 votes. That's a very, very small percentage of the overall vote. So I just encourage everyone to register that can, and then, of course, go to the polls and cast their vote.
We know you guys have your push going on as entity in Harris County. Since it's Hispanic Heritage Month, and of course you guys are registering people year-round, but are you also finding you're getting some help from other Hispanic groups during a push like this, which would be Hispanic Heritage Month? Well,
we are, yes. We work with a lot of groups throughout the county. And let me tell you, too, also that my office, the composition of the ethnic makeup, if you will, when I first ran, I made a commitment that my office would look like Harris County. I didn't want it to be full of people that look like me, if you will. And we've got 35 employees and voters, 11 Caucasian, 9 African American, 10 Hispanic, and 6 Asian.
Okay, all right.
So we are well represented there.
Another quick thing before we have to kind of taper this off. When you guys are out there trying to really get people to register, do you find it easier to maybe get a younger Latino to register versus someone who is a little bit older?
I think so. I think so. They're more engaged, social media. They're more engaged in their schools and their communities. They're also in a formative state, if you will, where they're open. They're eager for information. We want to reach out to them. We want to make sure we get them all signed up to register to vote. And before we finish, let me tell you who can register. You have to be a United States citizen. a resident of Harris County, and of course not mentally incapacitated or ruled by a court to be so, and then of course 18 years of age.
Okay, all right. Harris County Tax Assessor Collector Mike Sullivan with some info on how to get registered. We appreciate it.
Great.